friends. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, oh, we're crooked. Ooh, is that better? This is my hair after washing it and sleeping on it. It's too clean to do anything with. Some of you might understand that. Anyways, this is how we're rolling today. I hope you guys like it. We are going to make a Mexican soup today. It's called pozole. And I was not raised eating this soup. I don't know if I've said this a million times, I think, on my channel, but I am a Frenchican. My mother was French, my father was Mexican. So we've always called ourselves Frenchicans. My mother was one child, single child. My dad was one of 9. So we were raised with the food, the music, the culture, everything. But we are Tex-Mex. We're not Mexican from Mexico. So we ate menudo growing up, and I always hated the meat, just the hominy and the broth and all the veggies that you add to it, and that was it. That's all I liked. And then when I met my husband and I was introduced into his family, he's Mexican from Mexico, and so they ate pozole. We were not raised with that. Well, it turns out I like pozole better than menudo because it's made with meat instead of the tripe of, tripe. Ugh. So anyways, both delicious. I just don't like the meat in the menudo. But anyways, I've only made pozole one time, and we're going to make it for the second time with you. And Ernie is coming home, and I want to surprise him with this dish. So we're going to make it today because I want to eat it. And it looks like fall outside. We've got gray skies and the wind is blowing. It's pretty cool, but it's going to be warm today and it's going to be warm this weekend, but I'm not going to let that stop me from making a yummy soup for fall. The official first day of fall is on Sunday. We are just a couple of days out from the very first day of fall 2024, and I thought this would be a perfect weekend to start introducing soups, even though it's going to be hot. Maybe I can will the fall weather. So we shall see. If you have had pozole, leave me a comment down below. If you have not had pozole, leave me a soup emoji down below. And if you plan on trying this recipe when I'm done, leave me a comment and make sure to like and take a second right now to subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. And then click the little bell notification, and all that does is let you know when I upload a video. So you're going to get a notification that says, Anna just uploaded, and you're going to be able to go watch it. So if you haven't subscribed, please do that. And if you haven't clicked the bell, do that too, so you never miss another video. Anyways, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to grab the ingredients, and then we're going to get cooking. I've got my pork shoulder in some water. We're making a broth right now. I'm gonna add 3 cloves of garlic and a whole medium-sized onion. We're gonna add oregano to this. It's probably like a teaspoon and a half, about a teaspoon of cumin. I'm gonna add 1 small bay leaf to that. Add some salt. And I'm going to add peppercorns because I'm going to be straining this broth. So, I don't know, about a teaspoon. Just a little bit of a mix. We are going to let this simmer for about an hour once it comes to a boil. Okay guys, I have ancho chiles here and guajillo chiles. I'm going to go ahead, do whatever my heart desires. I think I'm going to use three of the ancho. I don't like that one. 3 of the ancho. Let's do 3 of these. How about 4? 4 and 3. How about that? 7 total. So we're going to take this stem off, and then I'm gonna get a bag. Use my kitchen scissors, and I just cut them open like this, and just take out all the seeds and this little vein thing here, just like that. There are a lot of recipes for pozole online. You guys are more than welcome to follow this recipe. And you guys know I don't write my recipes out. I kind of let you know what I'm doing in the video, so you can write it down as you go as you're watching, but there's a lot of recipes online. Just make sure that it's an authentic recipe so that you can get the full flavor. All right, so they should look like this. They're deveined and deseeded. You just want the skin. And we're gonna do the same with the ancho. You take the seeds out because they're bitter. You don't want the bitterness in your soup. I have a pot of water here. We're just going to dump these in and we're gonna boil them until they're soft. Oh my gosh, it smells so good, you guys. Look at this. Ah, that broth, I tell ya. Okay, we're gonna let these boil till soft and then we're gonna continue to let this. Okay, my house smells so good right now. The kids are coming. I texted them and said I'm making pozole, and so they're coming tonight for dinner. So that's nice, but I have some time. It's only 1:18 in the afternoon. I have another dirty spot that I have to share with you guys. And I've been wanting to get to this, and you guys have said that it's okay to share these areas with you and that it motivates you. This one needs to get done. So while we are simmering away over here, let's go take care of it. Here we are on the floor in my bathroom. I need to contend with underneath my bathroom sink. It just gets messier and messier, and I know what the problem is. The problem is I have stuff in here that I don't need to have in here. I have a really hard time throwing things away just in case, but it's been a minute and it's time to just get rid of some of this stuff that I'm not using. Also, I need more storage in this bathroom, and that is coming eventually. I keep telling you guys we're gonna get to this bathroom. I just don't have the storage right now, so I have to make do with what I have, and I need to make this make sense. So let's do it. Let me show you. Here we are, Hot Mess Express. It's literally so packed in here that I just throw stuff because there's nowhere. I mean, I think that that's probably old and needs to go bye-bye, right? Yeah, this is the kind of stuff, and it's half full, but I'm not gonna use that. So, all right, let's get a trash bag to help with the organization. I turned this off. You can see this has changed colors. Now these are just sitting in the hot water and getting soft. Okay, I'm here. I have my trash bag. I'm gonna pull stuff out, and it's either gonna go over here to be rearranged or in the trash bag to be thrown out. Trash day is tomorrow, so today is the best time to get all of this stuff thrown away, and that's it. I'm not gonna fret. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna clean. So let's look at the before. Hot Mess Express. Can you believe it? So stoked. I have 6 compartments now, and I think it's going to be easy to compartmentalize everything. So we have medicines. I checked the expiration date on all of it, and it's all good still.
I know I should leave.
look at that. I don't know if you guys could even see the whole time I was doing that.
I believe in every word you say, baby. Now you're calling again, sugarcoat everything, but the truth still tastes as bitter.
Look at that. I mean, that took me maybe 10 minutes. Yeah. And voila, we are organized. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's it, you guys. That is it. I needed to get this out of my life, and I did it. Thanks to you guys. Okay, this out to the trash. Yeah, we are gonna make the tasty stuff for our soup. So I have my blender here, and I'm going to add my chiles that have been sitting in the hot water. And to that, I'm gonna add some of my broth from the pork, probably about 2 cups. A little bit of that water that the chiles were sitting in. I'm gonna give this a mix. Now to this, we're gonna add some salt, a little bit of chili powder, and 1/4 of an onion, 2 cloves of garlic. Now we're gonna give it a taste for flavor, maybe a little bit more salt. I'm gonna take my meat out of the pot. Don't worry, I'm still gonna cook it, but I wanna get all the meat off the bone and get all the fat taken out of here. I have a bowl with the rice strainer in the sink. I'm gonna dump everything in there. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this back in the pan. I have a completely clean broth now. Okay, I'm gonna put that same strainer on top of the pot here. And I'm gonna strain in my chili because I just want the beautiful sauce, not all of the pulp. See, all of that pulp, we don't want that. We just want all of the flavor from it. Okay, with a clean spoon, I'm gonna try it again. Now all together with the broth and the sauce. And I'm gonna decipher what I need to do. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. My meat here, I'm just gonna take all the meat off of the bone. Okay, I've cleaned the meat and I've cut it up in pieces. I've got 2 cans of white hominy. I'm gonna go ahead and drain and rinse. We're gonna go ahead and get that added to the pot. I feel like there could be a little bit more broth in here, so I'm adding a little bit more water. I'm gonna bring that back up to a simmer and then we'll give it one final taste. But in the meantime, I've got a mess to clean up. I mean, look what I did. Yeah, I got a little bit of a mess to clean up, y'all. If you're somebody who does not like pork, you can absolutely use a chuck roast trimmed and cut into chunks. About 1 to 1.5 pounds. I used the shoulder, so I bought a big one because there's not a whole lot of meat on that. There's a lot of stuff that I get rid of in the bone and all of that. But you definitely want to use something with the bone in because, you know, the bone gives it a lot of flavor. So any combination of meat with bones works in this. You could even do chicken. People do chicken pozole too, so totally up to you. And I don't taste spice at all. The kids eat it and they don't complain of it being spicy either, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you've never had this soup and you want to try it, I'm telling you it's delicious. And if you like menudo, or the broth of the menudo and the hominy and all of that, then you're going to love this, probably even more. I mean, they're both delicious soups, but my grandkids love it. Yesterday, actually, I will confess, because the little ones are picky, and I didn't want them to go hungry, and I didn't really have anything else in the house to make, and I didn't want to make a bigger mess than I had already made. So I did order DoorDash, Burger King. They like Little Whopper Juniors and French fries. And I ordered like a few hamburgers and some French fries, and that was it. And of course, the 2 little ones, that's what they wanted. But they both also had pozole afterwards. And the 2 older boys, they wanted pozole first. So, and then they ended up eating a hamburger as well. So, And then they had muffins, the apple muffins and vanilla ice cream. So no food went to waste, and I sent the rest of the muffins home with them because I'm just not eating that kind of stuff right now. But this soup is so delicious. So do know that you can make it your own, as long as the broth is, and play with the chilies. Don't be afraid of the dried chiles from, like the Mexican dried chiles. Don't be afraid of those. They all add so much flavor. I used ancho and guajillo. Those are pretty common for this soup. You can, I've seen recipes where they add fresh chiles. I've never added jalapeno or canned chile or anything like that. To me, that's not really authentic, but it doesn't matter. What matters is how it tastes to you. So, anyways, I just wanted to clarify that because I do know that a lot of people don't eat pork, and and if you don't want to use the meat at all, if meat is not something that you eat and you want to do this soup, I suppose you could make it vegetarian with a veggie broth and just use that instead, or a veggie stock. I think that would be delicious. That would be something I would really love because you guys know I'm not a huge meat eater. I actually ate my pozole without the meat, just the broth and the hominy and the radishes and the cilantro and the lime. That's, what I like. A couple little tiny pieces of meat, if it gets in there, is fine, but I'm not a big meat eater. Anytime I eat soup, I would rather I love veggie soup and pasta soups and that kind of stuff. So you could do this with a veggie stock, and because the flavor is really in the broth that you make with the chiles. So just know that, you're making a good stock with the beef and all of the seasonings, but I think if you added a veggie broth and you added the oregano and the bay leaf, and those are the two main spices that I would not omit, and and then added the chile to that, you could definitely make this vegetarian really easy. So it's a really versatile soup, and just make it for you, make it for your family, and then beware when you're using the blender. I don't know why. It must have been super hot because a little corner thing popped off and it went everywhere. And I was like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me right now? So got that all cleaned up. So the typical garnishes are the fried tostada shells you eat the pozole with, and then radishes. I love radishes. When I'm cutting them, you'll see me pop some in my mouth. I just love them. Cilantro and lime. Those are the garnishes that you put in your pozole. That's very typical. So I'm going to get that all washed. I had put them in the sink in my still bowl with vinegar and let them soak for a while. It's amazing the residue that comes off of your veggies when you do this. The limes, I even do the limes and oranges and that kind of stuff that's going to be peeled. I also soak those. And the white residue that came off these limes was shocking. You'll see me rinse them again before I cut them, and it's because as they were drying with the white residue. If you look really close, you might be able to see it in there. But anyways, I love radishes. They're so good. You can omit those if you don't like them. Doesn't matter. Put some white onion diced up in there. Just really make it your own. I'm basically giving you a base recipe to make it for your family. If it's something that you, it's a different soup. You got to step outside the box sometimes. Sometimes you just got to step outside the box. Now, because of my culture and how I grew up, and, my 40 years married into Ernie's family, I don't eat a lot of American soups. And so I love minestrone soup. That was my favorite growing up, but I ate it from a can. And I love veggie soup. I love French onion soup. Those are three of my favorite, I guess French and American soups. My mom never made those kind of soups. My mom was a good cook. She cooked a lot of different foods, but soup was not, one of the things that she made, so we ate it from the can. Anyways, I'm fixing my dish, and I am I'm putting lots of lime in it. I love lots of lime in my pozole and my menudo. I like lots of lime in everything. I love lime. So I'm gonna fix my plate, and then I'm gonna give you guys a taste test. And I hope today's video was super motivating as far as cooking and cleaning, organizing for you guys. You guys are so great, and I hope I motivated you today. But let's take a taste of this soup and see how we like it. Okay, as you can see, I like lots of lime in mine. I'm the same with menudo. And I don't like the meat. I mean, I don't eat the meat. I just like the broth and the hominy and all the veggies. A little bit of meat's fine, but... oh my goodness. Oh, so good. That is delicious. We like to take our corn chips. That, so good. Okay, that is it. That is how I make my pozole. It is delicious. You guys have to try this recipe. If you like Mexican food, you like all the flavors of Mexico, and you want it all wrapped up into a soup, that's the one that you want to make. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like it, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Even if you're shy, an emoji works just fine. I appreciate it. All that does is let YouTube know that people like this video, and they'll push it out to people who enjoy this type of content. So you'd be helping them. Don't forget, we have the meet and greet coming up. I'll put the information right here on the screen for y'all, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.